Hey there, everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice, 2021 APA Baseball, and we're ready to roll. Lineups, it's going to be Mets, Lucchesi at the Nationals, and it's going to be Fedde. So for the Mets, it's going to be VR leading off at third base, followed by Lindor at shortstop. Batting third is Alonso, the first baseman. Smith in left field. Batting fourth, batting fifth is McCann, the catcher. Sixth is McKinney, the right fielder. Seventh is Pilar, the center fielder. Eighth is Peraza, the second baseman. And Lucchesi, the pitcher, is batting ninth. All right, and for the Nationals, it's going to be Schwarber leading off. He's in left field. The shortstop, Turner, batting second. Batting third is Soto in right field. Cleanup is Zimmerman at first base. Batting fifth is Harrison, the second baseman. Gomes, the catcher, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Jody Mercer at third base. Batting eighth is Vic Robles, the center fielder. And batting ninth is Eric Fedde, the pitcher. So let's start this up. We got our yellow dice shaker, and let's see what happens. Fedde, now I don't need to have the pitcher cards out here. Fedde's going to be a C pitcher, and then he's going to have a Y, whereas Lucchesi is a D pitcher, and he will have a YZ. And those are stats that tell you about strikeouts and potential walks or no walks. So let's go. Here's the first pitch. And play ball. It's a 61. And that's a 23. We added these up. They're both fielding column 2s. And I'll show you how it works here. This is the way the APA book works. You have fielding column 1, 2, and 3, and then of course pitchers A, B, and C, and D. So it's all by columns. So we're going to read a 23 in column 2, and that's a fly ball center field, and it's dropped by the center fielder. Robles misplays it, and that's going to allow 23, and he's going to stop at first. So Villar is on at first on an error on the center fielder Robles. All right, so next up is Francisco Lindor, and it's a 41, and that's a hard hit ground ball right at the shortstop. Turner flips to Harrison. The throw to first. Zimmerman scoops it out for a 6-4-3 double play. So they turn it. And here comes Pete Alonso. Pitch from Fedde. That's a 61. That's grounded to the shortstop again. Turner up with it. Fires to first, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, nobody left. And we move to the bottom of the first. All right, let's get the first on here on a little mini scoreboard. Lucchesi against Schwarber. Started off. And 35, and that's a 42, and he gets plunked. Schwarber gets hit by the pitch. And he's going to trot down to first base. We're going to put the pitchers to the side so we don't get distracted. We already know their grades. Lucchesi's a D, so he's not going to get very much help at all. So Schwarber's on at first. He's a slow runner. Here's Trey Turner. Here's a pitch, a 64, and that's going to be strike 3. Turner swings and misses at a high fastball. And here's Juan Soto, left-handed batter, with a deep drive off the bat of Soto to right field, and back goes McKinney to the track, to the wall, and that's out of here. 2-run home run by Soto. And that puts the Nationals up by a score of 2-0. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. When I made these cards, I added I added their nicknames. I had to look those up. And that's a fly ball to center field. Can of corn for the center fielder Pilar. 2 down. And up comes Josh Harrison, also known as J-Hay. That's his nickname, and he's a former former, I know he spent a lot of time with the Pirates. Here's a pitch, and that is a ground ball, second base. Peraza over to first, and that retires the side. But the Nats pick up a couple runs on a hit by pitch and a home run. So 2 runs on 1 hit. We move to the top of the second inning. All right, Dominic Smith, and that is a 21, which is strike 3. And he strikes out. Smith heads back to the bench. McCann is next, and that's lifted to left, shallow left. Schwarber coming in, and he gets there. 2 out. Billy McKinney. And we're playing outdoors today. That's a foul ball, a souvenir for a lucky fan. And a 24 on McKinney. That's a strikeout to end the inning. No runs, no hits, and we move to the bottom of the second now. Appa plays very, very quickly. That's why a lot of guys like it, because they can play full season replays with 15-minute games. And that is bounced to the third baseman. He's a 19, and he will bobble it, and Gomes is going to be safe at first. So it's going to be an E5. So both teams have an error now. That error is going to be attributed to Villar. So Gomes is a slow runner. And here's Jordy Mercer. Here's a pitch, and that is a 35. A 35 is a strikeout. Chases a ball outside the zone for out number 1. Up next is Victor Robles. And that's a 24, which is strike 3. 2 down. And here's Fetty, the pitcher, and we've got him on the side. And that's popped up left field. Back goes the third baseman Villar. In comes Smith, and it's Smith who makes the catch. No runs, no hits. We'll go top of the third. 2-0 Nats. Here's Villar. Villar reached on an error by the center fielder. And it's a 36, and the 36 is going to be a strikeout. That's Fetty's third strikeout of the game. Here's Francisco Lindor, and that is ball 4, so Lindor is on. He walks, and Appa, basic, you get automatic steals, so it'll tell you. It'll be like an asterisk, or it'll be an 11. Here's Pete Alonso, and that is ripped to second base. Second baseman Harrison flips to shortstop Turner, back to Zimmerman, and it's a 4-6-3 double play, inning over. No runs, no hits, a walk, and none left, and we move to the bottom of the fourth. And we still got that. That looks good. And it's popped up left field. Smith. 1 down. Here's Gomes. And that's a snake eyes. That's a drive. 1 hop off the wall, and Gomes digging for second. Here's the throw, not in time. Gomes is in there with a 1-out double. So Gomes got a hold of a fastball and drove it in the gap. Played nicely by the center fielder, Villar. And Jody Mercer now. Here's a pitch from Lucchesi, a 32. That's bounced to the second baseman. Let me just double check that. With a runner on second, make sure it's not a pop-up. No, it's bounced to second base. Moving to third is going to be Gomes. 2 out, runner on third. Here's Victor Robles. And in the bottom of the fourth, you know what? We're going to walk Robles and pitch to Fetty. Intentional walk to Robles. And let's pitch to the pitcher. All right. Here's a pitch. And a 64, strike 3. And the Nats are leading 2-0. Here's Dominic Smith leading it off. He struck out in his first at bat. And that's a snake eyes. That's a second column. So he gets a hold of one here and rips it. And that is deep. Back goes the right center fielder. And that's gone. Home run. And it's a 2-1 ball game now. So Dom Smith connects for a 4-bagger. And he brings the Mets within 1 run here in the top of the 5th inning. James McCann is up next. Here's a pitch, and that is lined base hit. McCann is on with a single. Billy McKinney steps in the box, bats from the left side. Here's a pitch, and a 53 is looks like a 16 with a runner on first, and Robles is a 3. So that's going to be a base hit, and they're going to stop McCann at second base. So that puts runners on first and second for Pilar. And we are going to bunt here. Pilar squares, and that's a 9. That's going to be a good bunt. 1-4. Both runners move up. So second and third. Infield is going to be brought in now by the Nats. We're in the top of the 5th, 2-1. Tying run is at third base. The go-ahead run is at second. And here comes Peraza. Now you know that if they walk in this situation, if they walk Peraza, they're going to pinch hit for Lucchesi. So we're going to try to get Peraza. Here's a pitch. And that is a 25 with second and third. Let's see what that becomes. 25 with second and third, and that is going to be a line drive, and the throw to second. They got him. Double play. 4-4-6. Line drive caught by the second baseman Harrison, who whips it to Turner, and he gets back to the bag just ahead of McKinney. And that ends the inning. Wow. So the Mets only pick up 1 run. It could have been more on 3 hits, and we move to the bottom of the 5th. Big defensive play by the Nats. Playing 2021 baseball using APA Basic with a few advanced features. All right, so Lucchesi, this will probably be his last inning. He's due up next inning, so he's going to face Schwarber. Here's a pitch, and that is a fly ball. Left field. Taking a few steps back is Smith, and he's under it. Trey Turner's next, and that's popped up. That's going to be the, let's see who that's going to be. Popped up, doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. Behind the plate, and that's going to be a foul out to the catcher, McCann. 2 out. And here's Juan Soto. Pitch to Soto. That's a deep drive, and this is going to be the second home run for Soto, and it's a 3-1 ball game. He got a hold of that one, drove it deep to right field, and that's his 3rd RBI of the game. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. Juan Soto, he's a star. Here's Zim with 2 outs, and it's a 51, and that is a ground ball and through for a base hit. So Zimmerman finds a hole through the infield with a hard hit ground ball, and it's Harrison. There's some action in the Met bullpen. And a 36 is going to be should be a strikeout. No, it's a pop-up. Left side, third baseman Villar right there. And it's 1 run on 2 hits. 1 run on 2 hits, and it's going to be a 3-1 score now. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be a pinch hitter. We're going to see a pinch hitter for the Mets. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be Luis Guillorme. All right, so Guillorme is going to pinch hit for Lucchesi. And here's a pitch, and that is a 51. That's a C, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Mercer up with it over to first and in time. 1 down. Here in the top of the 6th inning, it's 3-1 Nats. The star of the show is Juan Soto, who's got 2 home runs. And here's Villar, Jonathan Villar with a 15. That's line base hit. And they better keep Villar close. Fetty throws over a couple of times. Here's a pitch to Lindor. There goes Villar. It's a strike. The throw down, not in time. Stolen base by Jonathan Villar. And Lindor. 0-1 count on Lindor. Here's a pitch. And that's a drive. That's going to be Maybe extra bases. Let's see what happens. And here's a pitch to Lindor, and that's base hit, and that'll score VR. It's going to be a 3-2 ball game. RBI single for Lindor, and that's going to be it for Fedde. All right, so that's it for Fedde. We're going to have Wander Suero, and it's Pete Alonso coming up. Here's the pitch from Wander Suero, and that is a C becomes a B, and that's going to be a bounce out. So when you bring in a relief pitcher, the first batter, you kick it up a grade to the first batter, so it's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. And Lindor is going to move up to second base, so that's a tying run in scoring position for Dom Smith. Now they're going to walk Dom, well, that would put the go-ahead run on base. So we're going to have to pitch to Dom Smith. Let's do it. And a 61 is going to be a pop-up shortstop. Right there is Turner, and that retires the side, but the Mets pick up a run on a couple of hits, and the score now is 3-2. So we got a good ball game going here. So a simple game like Appa Basic can give you a heck of a game. It's 3-2. We're in the bottom of the sixth. All right, so let's roll here in the bottom of the sixth inning. 3-2 ball game. The Nats are up by just a run, and it's going to be Gomes. His nickname is Gomer. Here's a pitch and a 53. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, and high throw, and Gomes is safe. It's going to be another E5 on VR. And here's Jody Mercer. A 45 is going to be ball 4. So that's going to put runners on first and second. Jody Mercer walks. And we'll double check that. He is a 14, and a 14 against a W. W gives up a lot of walks. So here's Victor Robles. First and second, nobody out here in the sixth, so the Nats have a little something going. And that's a snake eyes. That's going to be trouble. That's going to score at least a run, I imagine. Gomes is slow, so maybe not. Not on a single, and it is going to be, no, it's going to be a double, so Gomes will score. Going to third is Mercer, and sliding into second base with an RBI double is going to be Victor Robles. All right, so it's 4-2 now. It's going to be Yadiel Hernandez coming in to pinch hit. It's a lefty. And the Mets are going to counter. They're going to go into, you know what? It is the bottom of the sixth. They're just going to let Castro pitch. So it's second and third. We're going to bring in Hernandez. A 13 is ball 4. And that's going to be it for Castro. All right, Loop's taking his warm-up tosses, and he's going to be facing lefty Schwarber with the bases loaded. That's going to play the corners in. So here's a pitch from Loop with the bases loaded. The score is 4-2. Nats. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. And that's a 32, a 26 with the bases loaded. So it's a ground ball to the second baseman. He's playing halfway. He's going to flip to second and throw to first, and not in time. So it's going to be a fielder's choice, a 4-6 fielder's choice. Run will score. So it's going to be a 5-2 ball game. Going to third is Robles. And we got first and third. And up comes Turner. Now the infield's going to have to be playing in. We only got one out. We don't want to give up any more runs. Here's the pitch to Turner, and it's a 15. That's line base hit. First and third. And single to left, 1 run scores, and other to second, F to third. No, he's not. He's going to stop at second base, so it's an RBI single. First and second, Juan Soto. Here's the pitch to Soto. And a 14, that's popped up left field. Can of corn out there for Smith. 2 down. And here's Zimmerman. Zimmerman comes up with runners on first and second. bottom of the 6th. Score is 6-2 Nats. Here's a pitch to Zim, and a 31 is a 9, but he is an A with runners on first and second. That will be a going to be a bounce out to the third baseman Villar, who steps on the bag, and that retires. McCann. And that is strike 3. And McCann swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Bill McKinney's up next. 53. That's going to be a single to center. So McKinney's on with a base hit. Here's Kevin Pillar. Here's a pitch. And a 16 is a bounce out to the shortstop. Now, we made Turner a 9, so he's going to get a fielder's choice out of that. No throw to first as McKinney goes in hard. Jose Peraza with 2 out and a runner on first. And that's a 46, and that is a ground ball to the shortstop. Turner flips to Harrison, and that retires the side. It's going to be Williams leading it off against Finnegan. Here's a pitch. And a 26 is going to be a ground ball to the third baseman. Jody Mercer up with it over to first in time. 1 down. And a 52 again is grounded to the third baseman. Mercer gloves it and gets his man. 2 down for the Mets. And here's Francisco Lindor. He is 1 for 2 today. A single, an RBI, a walk, and bounced into a double play. And this is going to be a 23, and we're going to have to make that a foul ball because that can't be. I don't have the randomizer with me. There's a chart, a randomizer chart, and I'm outdoors, so we're going to make that a foul ball. And this is going to be ball 4. So Finnegan walks Lindor. And we're going to bring in a new pitcher. Pitcher's up next inning, so we're going to try to let Finnegan finish this off with 2 outs. And I believe he will. He's at 27 for the result. We look at, and it's going to be, yep, it will be a ground ball to third base. Mercer up with it, over to first. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits. A man left, the walk, and we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. All right, and here's a pitch from Trevor May. That's a 26, and that is a strikeout. So May gets him with a fastball. Garcia heads back to the bench, and here's Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber today is 0 for 2 with a run scored, a hit by pitch, and a fielder's choice. Actually, 0 for 3, excuse me. 22, that's going to be a line base hit for Schwarber. So he's on at first. He's slow, so he'll be going station to station. Here's Turner with a 65, and that's popped up. That's popped up to behind the plate. McCann throws his mask away and makes the catch. 2 down. Juan Soto got 2 home runs today, and he lines one here. That's a base hit. Smacks one into center field, and going to third with 2 outs. Schwarber's still going to hold the second. So first and second, 2 outs. And Zimmerman. Pitch to Zim at 51 is going to be a base hit, and the bases will be loaded. And that's going to be it for May. We're going to go to Familia here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Actually, you know what? We're going to let May go because we don't want to waste it in case we come back and tie this. We won't have any pitchers. Oh, that's trouble. That's a line drive. Base hit by Harrison. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And Zimmerman, if he's slow, he's going to stop at second. He is slow, so he will stop at second. So 2 RBIs, 1, and we're on the 8th inning. And it's an 8. That's why I don't use this thing, because I can never remember to. It's going to be an 8-2 ball game. 2 RBIs. He drives in 1. He drives in 3. So Zimmerman up with a Harrison with a big hit, and Zimmerman holds a second. 2 outs, 2 on. And here's Gomes. And that's 13. That's a strikeout, and that ends the inning. So the Nats pick up 2 more runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 singles. And we go to last licks for the Mets. It's going to be Dominic Smith, James McCann, and McKinney batting in the 9th. So we're going to have a new pitcher for the Nats, and that is going to be a guy named Sam Clay. He's a lefty. He's a C pitcher. And you can see his card right there. So Clay's coming in the top of the 9th against Smith. Let's do it. That's a snake, guys. So he drives one and in the gap, and that is going to roll to the wall. So Smith digs for second, and he's in there standing for the leadoff double off of Clay. Got a hold of a fastball and drove it in the gap. And here's James McCann. Pitch to McCann, a 46, and it's popped up by the second base bag, and it's going to be Turner. Calls for it. 1 down. 8-2, top of the 9th inning. Let's do that. There we go. Bill McKinney. He's a lefty. I'm going to still let him bat. That's a 41, and that is grounded to the shortstop. Looks at Smith back to second. 2 outs. So the Mets are, here's the pitcher spot. So we're going to a pinch hitter. We got a lefty up, so we'll bring in a righty. The pinch hit, who's it going to be? It's going to be Brandon Drury. All right, so Drury's up. Here's a pitch. And that is he's a C. That's going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Clay up with it, over to first, and ball game is over. No runs, 1 hit. The final. The Nats 8, the Mets 2. The Mets had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. And the Nats had a ton of hits. They had 4 there. Actually, I can count down here. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits. Not as many as I thought. The Mets walked a lot. It seemed like a ton of guys. And how many errors were committed? I believe it's only, each team had 1 error, I believe. 1 error there. No, actually, VR had 2 errors. So 2 errors on the Mets. So it's 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Mets, and the Nats with 8 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. And it was a close game until the Nats blew it open in the bottom of the 6th inning, and then of course they came back with a couple more runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. The loss is going to go to, let's see, now we got to calculate the loss. The loss is going to go to Lucchesi. So the Mets were never able to tie the ball game. And the win is going to go to whoever went 5 innings. They have to change that in baseball. So the win is going to go to Fedde. So Fedde gets the win. The loss goes to Lucchesi. And that's tonight's ball game, guys. So this game, I'll be watching this game in about an hour or so. And I just rolled it so you can see that you can roll 2021 using Steve's computer card maker. Take care. Like and subscribe.